Let me give you a number, £1.7 billion. That is how much BlueCo have lost since they walked through the doors at Stamford Bridge in 2022. And while our club is drowning in record losses, the executives just give themselves an 80% pay rise. 80%. The club can't even afford a shirt sponsor. We haven't scored in 3 consecutive league games for the first time since 1998. And the suits are lining their pockets. If that doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what will. This is Curtis Talks Chelsea, and today we're breaking down everything wrong with BlueCo and why this Saturday's protest might be the most important moment in this club's history. So please like and subscribe to the video. So BlueCo is a consortium that bought Chelsea from Mr. Abramovich himself back in May 2022 for 4.25 billion, at the time the most expensive team purchase in history. As we know, Todd Boehly is one of the key men. Clearlake Capital co-founders Eghbali, they promised 1.75 billion in further investment in Stamford Bridge, the academy, the women's team, and Kings Meadow. Where is it? In June 2023, they bought RC Strasbourg in France, launching a new club model. Clearlake Capital, a private equity firm with over 70 billion in assets under management, are the only ones really calling the shots. Boehly the face, but Eghbali's the power. Remember that. So as we know, Chelsea have just filed their accounts from 2024 to 2025. And the headline, £262.4 million pre-tax loss. That is the highest in football history, smashing Man City's record of 197.5 million back in 2010-2011. That's absolutely shocking. So Chelsea are now under the spotlight. Make of that what you will. Football finance expert Kieran Maguire crunched the company's numbers. BlueCo 22, which covers both Chelsea and Strasbourg, lost £630 million in one season from 2024 to 2025. Combined losses, that's £2 million pounds. Revenue, 491 million. Wages, 359 million. What the hell's going on? Transfer fees, contracts, up 9%. Year on year. They've spent £1.5 billion during the last 4 years. And what have we got to show for it? Where is this club going? They still don't have a long-term shirt sponsor. That's tens of millions left on the table every single year. Let me put it in this perspective for you. £10.4 million lost every single week. Every single week, you could buy a Premier League player a month. With what this ownership group is burning through. The results, 3 consecutive league defeats without scoring. That's the BlueCo project. Hats off to you, BlueCo. Well done. So Chelsea's accounts reveal spending on key management, personnel, executive directors, sporting directors jumped from 5.9 million to 10.6 million. That's nearly 80% increase. Club directors of Chelsea FC Holdings saw their pay go from 2.2 million to 3.5 million. That's a 60% rise. And the club president, Jason Gannon, got a 25% bump to 2.1 million. Meanwhile, everyone else in the club, including the players, got roughly 6% more. 6% versus 80%. Let that sink in. Chelsea say no single individual got an 80% rise. They claim they just hired more executives. Oh, brilliant. More suits, that's exactly what we need. Not a shirt sponsor, not a world-class manager. More suits. Chelsea have 929 administrative staff, the most in the Premier League, after adding 156 people. For what? They're telling me we've got 929 admin staff, no shirt sponsor, 4 sacked managers in 4 years, and the people responsible for all this chaos are paying themselves more. In what world does that make sense? In what industry do you get rewarded for failure like this? So as we know, Liam Rosenior, he's the main guy, was brought in after Enzo Maresca was sacked. The 4th manager sacking on the BlueCo. Tuchel, Lampard, Pochettino, Maresca. Rosenior was promoted from Strasbourg. Further proof Strasbourg is a feeder system, not a standalone club. Results collapsed. 1 win in the last 7 league games. 3 consecutive defeats without scoring. This is the worst run since 1998. Beat Aston Villa 4-1 away on March 4th, and it looked like we turned the corner then. Scraped past Wrexham in extra time in the FA Cup. Got demolished by PSG in the Champions League, and it's been downhill ever since. The humiliation against Man City as well at the weekend. What could we say? Issues around Enzo Fernandez, Cucurella, long-term commitment to the club, wanting to go off to Real Madrid, drop for 2 games for Fernandez. Joe Cole, club legend, put it best: the club is buying players as assets, not to win football matches. The fans know they're being treated like mugs. Under Abramovich, it was win or change. Under BlueCo, it's lose and change. But only the manager, the people actually making the decisions, never face the consequences. That's the fundamental problem with BlueCo. All right, listen, hear me out. This is the call. This is the call of action. This Saturday, 18th of April, Chelsea versus Man United at Stamford Bridge. The fan group, Not a Project, CFC, have organised a joint protest march to Stamford Bridge with fans from 4 Strasbourg support organisations, one of them Ultra Boys 90, flying over from France. Their statement: we have decided to come together to take action with one clear, unified message: BlueCo out. This isn't just English fans moaning, this is an international coalition of supporters who have been damaged by the same ownership model. Strasbourg fans feel the club have been turned into Chelsea's reserve team. I don't blame them. Their coach was Rossini, was literally taken from them mid-season. The Strasbourg Ultras have had enough. They're sick and tired of sitting in silence, and that's why we're going to come together. Joe Cole is publicly backing the protests. Simon Phillips is calling on every Chelsea fan to get involved. Even if you can't be at the bridge, make noise on socials. Even if it changes nothing immediately, this is about showing the world and potential future buyers that hopefully we will not be walked over. Whether you're at the bridge on Saturday or watching from home, this is your moment. Get on X, get on all the Instagram, TikTok, use your voice. Because if we stay silent, they'll keep talking. BlueCo need to know this. This is Chelsea Football Club, not a private equity portfolio. BlueCo have confirmed no intention of selling. They say they're here for the long haul. That makes a protest even more important. Sustained pressure is the only language these people understand. The multi-club model, the asset trading strategy, the financial gymnastics, selling hotels, selling the women's team to themselves for 200 million, all to dodge PSR. It's all catching up. Other clubs, Everton, Forest, Leicester, have all been docked points for breaking financial rules. Chelsea somehow avoided it so far. How long can that last? The question every Chelsea fan needs to ask is, the ownership is capable of ever competing at the top again? 4 years of evidence says no. They bought this club for $4.25 billion. They've lost 1.7 billion. They've spent 1.5 billion on players, and they still can't beat Man City. Find a shirt sponsor or keep their best player happy. BlueCo out. That's all I've got to say. Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to the protest on Saturday? If you are not in London, what are you doing to make your voice heard? Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Chelsea.